is set to host Super Bowl 51 on February 5th of next year as you take a look inside NRG Stadium here in Houston. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton and the Houston Texans. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
It's caught. Kamar Aiken. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've caulked it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Miller, the lone setback. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And here the hook up good to Victor Cruz. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Then here's a look at the starting offense. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out here in the eye. They'll set up to throw. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught. That was good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game, you pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally. They move around, fly to the football, and take it away from offenses.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by T.J. Green, the rookie safety. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, Ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Hill. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Underneath for Miller. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Caught. It's Cruz, left side. A gain of 6 there on first. Four yards remaining now on second down. And on the ground they go with a running back. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. They come out here in the eye. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's one of those ones that is so hard to judge, but defensive holding there, that's what the referee saw. So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it. But don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. They come out with one back and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kick. Gore back there as the lone setback. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They'll get 23 yards there. And it's good enough for an Indianapolis first down. Now Gore. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Now Tolzien. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Third down and 3. Tolzien. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And Chuck Pagano, he's told his offense, stay out there. We're going for it. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. John Simon, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The former first-rounder Barkevious Mingo in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Fielded at the 20. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. One receiver left is Hilton. Back to throw now on first down. Caught left side by Hilton. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
I I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
All right, so first down, 5 yards to go. Again, he'll drop to throw. And Aiken with it over the middle. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I think Frank Gore runs on doubt. And what I mean is he's 33, and everyone keeps thinking this is the end, yet he keeps going.
I think something that gets overlooked, though, to your point, most rushing yards of anybody currently in the NFL.
Amazing. Big-time career.
Now Tolzien. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jack Doyle, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And it's up and good. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Houston first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. That was good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
That one goes for 38 yards. And it's good enough for a Houston first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Out on the right, this is Cruz. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll look to throw again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Fedorowicz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Here comes Phillip Dorsett now to return it. Muscles him off. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Tolzien, wide open receiver, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. Left side, it's Dorsett. It's a pickup of 21. And the Colts are going to have a first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A dump off here for Gore. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 6 yards to go here on second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And the first carry for the former Clemson Tigers, C.J. Spiller. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Back to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Jack Doyle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. That's fielded in the end zone. Shreds the tackle. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So we have reached halftime with, okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Caught. It's Cruz, left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, receiver won in a big way.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it over the middle, Fedorowicz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll run. It's Miller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll go as a loss of 5. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time, and it's third down. Third down and 12. Tolzien. And he comes back with one complete. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Now Tolzien, and he's got Moncrief. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Dante Moncrief, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Miller, the lone setback. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Strong grabs it over the middle. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? In a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Here's Shane Leckler now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold. Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. Fresh set of downs here.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Taking it right down Broadway. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now out comes Houston. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Underneath for Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15 that time. And that'll be good for Houston first. Back to throw. Dumps it complete to Miller. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll look to throw here. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Gets it to Strong. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw here's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Cruz has it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Over. All right, here we go. Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. They come out here in the I. They'll try and pound it in with Prosh, the fullback. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Jay Prosh, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Colts coming out now. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They are already in field goal range. Let's see how they want to play this, Charles.
And I have a feeling I know how they want to play this already. Run the football to the hash mark that works best for their kicker. They already have the field goal unit lined up, ready to run out there and go get it done. They practice this. They understand the situation.
And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
All right, here we go. Blue, landed. Blue,
On third down, Miller. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Texans are going to win the football game. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Texans, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.